Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ready Set Pop. My name is Mariel greeting you from the most polluted city in the world, Mexico City, followed by my friend Lucas Batti, who lives in the second most polluted city in the world, in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and Mao, who lives in a quiet city, not that polluted, but from Bogota, Colombia. So, welcome,
Almost.
guys.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
A lot
friends.
of
How are
information.
you?
Yes, hello guys.
We're telling you the truth when it comes to pollution. We had a lot in here.
Yeah,
It's a sad truth. It's true. Yeah.
that
Sad
true.
truth.
Yes.
But anyway, we are back after a 2 week absence. I had a vacation, which was wonderful, and met one of our followers, which was great too, our friend Norman. Greetings to you, my friend Normi Nunu. And well, we've all been busy, but now we are back. And today's topic, how can I say it is going to be controversial, babies, because it was a topic chosen by my friend Mausi Momu. Can you please give us the intro of the topic, Mao, and why you decided to choose about it?
Okay. Well, thank you, Mariel. I want to start saying hello to Norman if it's there. And Mariel was like telling us about the experience there, and it was amazing. So, hello, friend, and hello to everybody who is with us tonight. I want to start like saying with this episode, we are not, or in my personal experience, I'm not trying to convince anybody about anything. It's like I think for us it's important to talk about different topics in music because our podcast, of course, is dedicated to 90s music and 2000s, and even sometimes it's about another decades. But I think it's important sometimes to put other subjects on the table to talk about this, not only saying like I like it or not like it, or I hate it or not. It's like more like our perspective about it, like being pop lovers or music lovers, if you want.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about this subject a long, long time ago. Like, okay, I want to talk about reggaeton, but maybe in the direction of pop music, because nowadays reggaeton is very popular in not only in Latin America, like in the whole world. It's very like popular, and everybody listen to a lot of reggaeton music. So I think it's important to talk about this. So I want to put reggaeton, but okay, reggaeton with some pop, because like the main subject behind our podcast is the pop music. So it's like something that I want to call Pop-Guetón, because it's like the mixture between reggaeton and pop. And I want to talk about these different kind of singers that mix these two genres in music, like in a very clever way for me. So that's the disclaimer. Because yes, I think it can be controversial, but at the same time, of course, in the other hand, I didn't put any vulgar or explicit lyrics because it's not the idea. And to be honest, I don't like so much. It's okay for the people that like, but I don't like this kind of vulgar or explicit message in the songs in any genre in music, not only reggaeton. So I try to select this more clean, if you want,
Mm-hmm.
lyrics, because the lyrics that we are about to talk today is not vulgar or disrespectful at all.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start.
Okay.
I want to start with some questions, with two questions for my friends, to give you an introduction about the topic. And the first question is for you friends. Why you think reggaeton is one of the most popular musical genres nowadays? Luquitas.
I think it's because it took the place of Latin pop a little. Like it's like here in Brazil, the funk music took this place of pop music somehow, and I think that what happened. Like it's hard to see pure pop anywhere actually in the world sometimes. So I think it mixed with a lot of things, and it's kind of normal because the pure reggaeton back in the early 2000s was also very popular, and it's something that I really like, to be honest. Like Tengo Calderon, Don Omar,
Mm-hmm.
Daddy Yankee, those guys. So I think it was kind of evolution. The music combined in something new, like here in Brazil happened with pop music and funk, and now I feel that our funk is somehow mixing with the reggaeton and becoming one thing sometimes. So I think it's normal. People starts to make something that was more underground into pop and mainstream. So I don't have like an explanation about the rhythm or the lyrics or why it's so popular. For me, it's just a combination of music, and that's how it happens everywhere, always.
Okay, okay. Yes, interesting. And I agree in so many ways. What about you, mi Mariel?
I think that what Lucas is saying is really true to what I believe, because there's always a lot of genres coming over and over and taking over the places of other genres that are new. Probably in about 20 years, reggaeton won't be as popular as it is right now because another genre will be taking its place. So I think it's a matter of time and evolving in music. Just as when think about the 70s, disco music took the place of rock music, which was like really hard back in the day. With like, oh, disco came and shush rock music because it was so huge. It was a huge movement. And then after disco came the pop, real pop music in the 80s, like with Madonna and Cyndi Lauper and others. So it was taken away, and that's how it happened. That's what happens, you know. They have their moment, and then they they go because another movement is underway. And now I think it's the time for reggaeton to be on its highest level.
Yes, I agree. I agree. And something that is interesting for me, it's like in the past, I think, for example, during the 2000s, it was like a very specific line between reggaeton and pop. You know, like
Hmm.
these two words were so different back in the day, and right now I think it's more like mixed. So
Hmm.
that is the real reason I wanted to talk about this, because I think nowadays a lot of pop artists are collaborating with reggaeton entertainers. So
Hmm.
in the past, it was not common. I remember when Daddy Yankee collaborated with Fergie. That was maybe one of the first moments in this kind of collaborations. I was thinking in that moment, I was like, oh my god, it was like Fergie in a Daddy Yankee video. Oh my god, what is happening? And right
Hmm.
now it's very common to see
Hmm.
pop singers collaborating with reggaeton entertainers. So the
Hmm.
other question I have for you is, do you think reggaeton is replacing pop music? Not for us in general, mi Mario?
No, because I think there are still, like us, very hardcore fans that are loyal to pop music. So it might be replaceable in, the radio and the new generations, but not for older generations like us. I know it sounds awful, but like older generations, like we were, you know very old, but we're not. But for us that grew up in a different time with a different music, for us that music is going to be there forever. And maybe the new generations don't know and will never know what pop music was, and they will grow knowing that reggaeton is what's hot right now. So for
Yeah.
me, it's more like a generational thing.
Okay, okay. Agree. What do you think, Lucky?
I think in a commercial way, it is like on radio playlists, mainstream, and awards. It is like this is the pop now in the Latin community for sure. But I think there's always people making all the type of music now. Nowadays, it's very easy to find. If you really want to find something you can relate and liking, it's totally possible. And even some of the Latin artists that are mixing with reggaeton sometimes are also making good pop music. Like we mentioned here, Lali with Obsession, and
Mhm.
songs that bring back the type of music that we love. So I think it's the moment. The mainstream is the reggaeton, so because of that, it's pop. But there is real pop music out there if you really want to find and if you really want to listen.
Mhm.
Nothing is that replaceable, 100%, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. Agree with you guys. Thank you so much. I wanted to start with this because I think it's important to know your opinions about it. I'm digging into the songs that I selected for today. The first song that I selected was Carol G, that is Colombian, and she's right now very popular in the charts. Like not only reggaeton, like in every part of the world, like people is listening to Carol G. Like she's very famous right now, almost like Shakira. Talking about Colombian singers. So the song that I selected is called Casi Nada. And let me know what you think about the song because I think okay, it's a reggaeton song, but at the same time it's like a little pop, like Pop-Guetón for me. So and I think the video has a lot of different pop elements in the way she looks. So what do you think, me Mariel, about this video and about the song?
Okay, let me just start by saying you guys know how I feel about reggaeton. I have never liked this genre, but today I made an exception because of my brother Mausi Mumu, because he insisted on doing this episode. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. And surprisingly, I have never heard of this woman. I know she exists, but I have no idea what she sings. But with this one is like I like two songs from this list, and this one is one of them. So
Okay.
um, I didn't find it to be as reggaetonish as I was hoping it would be, because she sings. She is definitely trying to sing. She's not doing this voice that reggaeton singers do. So I could finish the entire song and the entire video. I will tell you the ones I didn't finish. But this one in particular, I was like, okay, she's doing I don't know like a lot of mixture of pop scenes, the outfits, the background, how she's acting, how she's moving. So for me, it was like, yeah, this is more like a pop oriented song rather than a reggaeton oriented song. So it's a yay for me, Mao. This one was a yay.
Okay. Do you think the video has different pop elements, like in the way she's looking?
Sure, sure. I felt some vibes from Britney, from Jessica Simpson, from Mariah, even. So I felt some stuff.
Okay, okay. I like this opinion from you, mi Mariel, because I know for you it's very difficult. That's the reason I started with this disclaimer, like saying like I'm not trying to convince you like you have to like reggaeton or you have to listen to this artist, but I want to give you like a different perspective too. Like not every there are different kind of songs in reggaeton. Like
Hmm.
maybe you are not be you from this moment maybe you are not going to be like the most reggaeton lover, of course not. But maybe there are some things that you may like this song.
This was a nice
Yeah, what?
surprise, to be
Yeah,
honest.
what do you think, Luki?
Let me start by saying to Adrian that I'm looking serious because it's raining a lot here. So I was worried about the power, the energy ends. And also because I'm realizing today that maybe I need glasses because I'm not seeing a thing.
See
Uh,
what I'm saying about being older generations?
yes, I'm like this to see you guys
It's
is
true.
really hard today, but it's okay. I'm fine. Thanks. I'm smiling now. But about about the song, uh, it's a song that I knew before. I totally forgot about it. As Mao said that I had some scribbles by it, and I did a lot actually. But and now listening, I remember that I used to listen to this song back when it was released, and for me, it's pop with some reggaeton elements, of course, but is exactly what I was saying. It's because reggaeton and pop music kind of combined and became this Latin pop thing now. So it sometimes it's hard to say what it is. but for me, the song is pure pop. The music video is pure pop. Carol G is an artist that is funny because here in Brazil, there's like a thing between Carol G and Anita. Like some fans believe that Anita copies Carol G, and some fans thinks otherwise, that Carol G is constantly paying attention in what Anita is doing to copy. I'm not super into that type of conversation, but every time I listen to Carol G, I can feel the same tone of Anita in some parts of the singing. Sometimes she can go more Aguilera stuff that is different than Anita, but when she's singing the verses and is really similar to Anita. So I don't know who influenced who on that, but I do like this song and I think it's pop. The music video is definitely pop, like the ex-boyfriend thing,
Mhm.
the scenes with the girls in the car is pure pop. And I think this is more from the beginning of her career, right?
Yes.
So I think the girls, this type of girls, always started like that, more pop, more pure, and the market makes the changes sometimes for them and go more sexual and stuff. I don't know, but I do like this video. I do like this song, and for me, it's more pop than reggaeton, to be honest.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is the perfect explanation of Pop-Guetón, like pop
Pop-Guetón.
mixed with reggaeton.
Mhm.
Yes,
It
yes.
is. It is. It is.
Thank you, friends.
I want to
Uh,
say hello to Joaquin and Adrian who are watching us right now.
Hello,
Hello,
friends.
friends.
Hello, friends. How are you? Okay,
Oh,
friends. Next song is that song. It's like one of my obsessions right now because I love this song and I love her. I had the opportunity to meet her once in an airplane, and she was very nice. Her name is Gracie. When she started her career, Carol G and her were like in the same level, like competing,
mhm.
like Britney and
Mhm.
Christina or something like that, like the two girls make doing reggaeton music, and Gracie got pregnant, so her career like stopped in
Mhm.
a little, and Carol G exploded. So that was the reason Gracie is not so known nowadays.
Mhm.
But I think she's cool. I think she's really beautiful, and I can I can say that she is a good person because I had the opportunity to meet her once. So the song is called A veces a besos, and I want to know your opinions. Luki, what do you think?
I wasn't familiar with her. I remember you told me about her, about this experience. So it's really cool. I love when artists are kind and open to talk with people like this. So really cool. I wasn't familiar with that song. I watched the music video. Was not something that I loved, but was not something that I hated. To be honest, I think it's a very regular Latin pop song with nothing very remarkable that makes me want to listen like crazy. And the music video, besides being very beautiful, I think with the choreography and the the type of dance that is there for me, is pretty similar to all the videos that are out right now, especially here in Brazil as well. If you watch the singers that are popular here now, like Luisa Sonza, and the drag girls like Pablo Vittar and Gloria Groove and everything, the music videos are kind of similar to this. So I wasn't impressed. I was impressed by her beauty at the beginning. I was thinking she's really beautiful and kind of different, but was not something I loved or hated. For me, was okay. I can feel the reggaeton a little bit more on that in the melody, but it's still pop for me. More pop.
What do you
Pop
think,
get
me, Mariel? I'm talking about the
pop gets on.
choreography because the choreography it's very like a pop oriented in a way.
Yeah, you want me to talk about the choreography?
No, because you already said it, friend.
Okay.
Sorry, I was not hearing you very well. No, I was asking to Mariel. What do you think?
Okay.
After stalking your Last FM several times now, because I love stalking my friends on Last FM to see what they're listening to, I always notice that song, but I never listened to it until you added it to this episode's playlist. So I was like, okay, I'm finally gonna listen to Mouse Obsession. But I had a very similar experience to what Lucas just mentioned. It's okay, but I wasn't wowed by it. I was like, ah, okay, but it didn't kill me to be like, oh wow, this is a really cool song. Not because it's pop or reggaeton. I was like, hmm, I can live without it. I don't know if
Okay,
that
okay, okay.
makes
But
any sense.
going beyond about you like it or not, what do you think about the choreography?
The choreography was good. It does have a lot of pop elements from videos from the early 2000s. I did
Yes.
sense some of that, the movements and stuff like that. And the song is okay, but I didn't like much the lyrics. Are like too simple. I don't know. Like I found them very simple.
Okay, okay. Do you think the song is vulgar?
No, no, no,
Okay,
no, no, no. This is not vulgar compared to other ones I heard. So no,
okay.
this was gospel compared to that.
Okay, 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 okay. Thank you, mi Mariel. Okay, next song is, I think in this case it's not a reggaeton, pure reggaeton song, not even Pop-Guetón for me. Is Tacones Rojos by Sebastián Yatra, that is also Colombian, because Colombia right now, and I don't know if, well, I think I say this with a little of pride, if you want, like, because it's amazing that a lot of Colombian singers are very known nowadays. Even when it's reggaeton, it's okay, but it's amazing because I think what happened during the 2000s in Puerto Rico right now is happening here in Colombia. A lot of
Hmm.
representation of reggaeton music, so I think it's okay for this artist. The song is called Tacones Rojos by Sebastián Yatra. What do you think, Mariel?
Okay, this guy I did know who he is because he had a song on a telenovela that I liked called uh, Amar Sin Ley, Por Amar Sin Ley. I don't remember the name of the song, but his song was played a lot there. Recuerdo aquel día en que te conocí, something like that. Um, so I did like his tone. I do. I think the only thing that I could find that was reggaeton in this song that you sent is that he mentions this girl that is dancing with red shoes to reggaeton, but that's the only thing I
Mhm.
could find that had any similar any relation to this genre in specific. So I liked the song. I wasn't crazy about it either, but I could finish the video and I could listen to the whole song. I was like, okay, uh, not wow lyrics, but he's describing someone. And I like the video of how he's making a story, which is something that you don't see nowadays. Videos don't have a lot of stories, that this one in particular does. So it was okay. It was okay. I liked it. It was good.
Okay, okay. It's funny that you mentioned the lyrics because we love a lot of songs that are not very deep in the lyrics. So it's funny that you mentioned
No,
that.
no, no, no. I know. I don't try to be like, oh, their songs are dumb. No, because I love a lot of songs that have like this kind of thing. But now that I'm older, I pay more attention to lyrics. When it comes to discovering new music, I'm like, okay, this one has like interesting lyrics, but not that I hate them or love it. It's like I find them plain.
Okay, okay, okay. What do you think, Lucky?
First of all, I gotta say this is not reggaeton for me or pop. It's pop actually, I think, but you can feel the influences of the '80s in the instrumental of the song. A little bit of bands like The Police and I don't know Phil Collins or Men at Work, something from the '80s that are very instrumental. I don't see a lot of electronic elements in the song. It's like very pure in the way. And the only thing for me, I was thinking the same, that brings reggaeton is the reference in the lyrics.
Yeah.
The girl dancing on that. So I did like this song. I knew him before. I heard a few songs by him, Sebastian, and I think the video is very colorful. I don't know what is the city that he is on the video. If it's in Colombia or somewhere else, but it's very beautiful. The
Yes, it's
streets,
it's here.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
it's
very
really
nice.
beautiful. The
Hmm.
streets. I was thinking, oh my god, this place is beautiful, and I think it's something more pop for me, like male pop, very far from this type of music that we are talking about, but it's still very similar to other pop things that are happening right now that brings this old school reference, even on US music like Benson Boone, sometimes Harry Styles. They are bringing this more pure instrumental thing, not so electronic.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, guys. Yes, actually, this song. The question about this song is: do you think it's a reggaeton song? Because it's not a reggaeton
No,
song at all.
No.
Actually,
not
he
at all.
has different kind of songs that are not reggaeton. He started his career being a reggaeton singer, and actually, he makes a lot of reggaeton songs and a different reggaeton collaborations. But he's not only a reggaeton artist; he is more than that. You know, like he makes a lot of different kind of things.
Hmm.
Uh, the next song is a song by a guy that is very controversial because it's Bad Bunny. Is one of the most important entertainers for reggaeton. I think, and I want to be very honest saying this, like I was surprised behind the purpose of this new album because he is making like trying to people get conscious about different kind of things, like people from Puerto Rico living in New York City, like the invasion from US in Puerto Rico. So I think it's totally valid, and I think it's like important to have a message behind the song, even when it's reggaeton or whatever. Even when I don't think he's a virtuous singer or something like that, because he's not actually. He's a reggaeton entertainer and entertainer at the soul. But I really like the message behind this album, to be honest, because it's like an album with purpose. And here all the time we talk about different kind of music, and actually we talk about albums without soul sometimes, like very
Hmm.
fabricated, and it's amazing, and it's funny uh, to have a reggaeton album that is maybe talking about different kind of things. So the song is called Lo que le pasó a Hawaii. uh, he's talking about he doesn't want to live in Puerto Rico what happened to Hawaii, like the US invasion, and right now Hawaii lost its identity, so something like that. So I think I saw he did a documentary or something about that, and it was like old guy going to a store or something, and the store was like very gringo and very US American, and it is in Puerto Rico, of course. And the guy, it was impossible for the old guy to communicate with the people there because everybody was talking in English. So I think it's really amazing, like, to be honest, like I recognize that in him. What do you think about the message behind the song? Not because maybe I know that you don't like the song, but what do you think about the message, Mariel?
Hmm. Now this was so hard because you know how I feel about this man. I started listening to the song, but I couldn't finish it, so I had to only read the lyrics. So the lyrics are indeed okay. I have to say that I was surprised to see that he wasn't talking about having sex in one of his songs, and that he was being, making this comparison between Puerto Rico and Hawaii, and how he's seen these changes and how he doesn't want his island not to be invaded as Hawaiian. I can totally understand that, and it's okay that you talk about subjects like that. I think it's important for you to talk about different stuff, but I can't with the guy. And our guy Adrian here is saying, I have heard that his new album is very deep, but I can't get past his awful voice. I'm sorry, and that's why I couldn't keep listening to the song. I couldn't because why? And somebody please explain this to me. Why do they have to make this voice of like being so please somebody tell me like I went to the market. Why? What's the purpose behind acting stupid? So and I'm not, this is not about the song, this is about the voice. So uh please somebody explain that to me because I can't. That's why I couldn't finish the song. But the lyrics are good. I mean, different to what reggaeton is nowadays. I was like, oh really, he's talking about something like this. uh that part was okay.
Okay, what do you think, Lucky?
First of all, I gotta say that Bad Bunny is a meme here in Brazil because he's very popular everywhere in Latin America, but for some reason he never burst the bubble here in Brazil. He's not popular here, so there's a lot of stuff online like popular here, here, here with the flags of the countries. In Brazil, like not here. For some reason, never happened here. Uh, I have my opinions about his voice as well. I think it's bad. I don't like the tone. I don't like the songs, and I don't like this song actually. But I gotta applaud him because it's undeniable that he has a voice that is very heard in a lot of part of the world, especially in the US where he's a Latin artist having such a followers on the country, and he's always on the Billboard Hot 100. Like not only with singles, but when he releases an album, all the songs are there. So he definitely have people listening to him what he got to say. So he's using this time his voice to say things that are really important and with no fear in a moment where we know that US is so intolerant with Latin people and crazy to make everyone go home when this is home for a lot of people. So I think was really brave. The lyrics for me were very strong and sad because you can imagine what is the life for these people and having no control of seeing people coming and taking your home and saying this is not yours anymore. So for me it was really deep and really beautiful to read. I watched a video with the translation in Portuguese so I could understand everything very well, and it was cool because in this video besides the lyrics there was an explanation about the meaning, like what happened in Hawaii, what's going on right now, so I could understand fully because I wasn't that familiar with that because I know Puerto Rico is super important, but sometimes here in Brazil we are so apart of the rest of the Latin community that it's hard to have a real dimension of everything because uh, right now it's changing because of music actually, but we used to be very apart of the rest of the Latin community. So for me it's very powerful. I wish this guy could sing so I could enjoy it, but it's not the case. But I applaud him for sure for this.
Okay, thank you, friends. I think it was important because I feel, besides his voice, because I'm not going to say he's a good singer because he's not, but besides this kind of voice, I have to say, like the message, it's really deep for me because I think this is something that even in Mexico, I think you are a very strong country because you are like next, like ahí
We're neighbors.
pegaditos. Yes, we are neighbors. So you are like a very strong culture, like because maybe there is a lot of invasion by US, like in this kind of stores and business and stuff like that. But your culture in Mexico is very, very strong. So I admire that. So I think this is important. Like it's the same in Puerto Rico. Like even when Puerto Rico is part of the United States, at the same time they are a different country with a different culture with different habits. So it's okay. It is important to talk about it. So thank you, friends.
Mm-hmm.
The other song, and I want to talk about the girl because it's Becky G with a guy that is from Argentina, I think it's Paulo Londra, and the song is called TBC. I want to know your opinions about the this movement that she made from pop music because she started making pop, and then her transition to the reggaeton. What do you think about it, Luki?
Um, I like some stuff by Becky G. Uh, I wasn't crazy about this song for me. I was surprised that I don't think I've ever heard or I totally forgot because in a moment I was very following her, what she was releasing and everything. And it's I didn't hate, but for me it was kind of boring, this song. The guy, I was watching the music video and I realized the video is like from years ago. So I was thinking maybe this guy is looking hot now, but it just was a thought that I had because
Uh,
he was kind of cute, but I don't know. Okay, moving on. But I think it was a way to keep her on uh, a good place in music because she started more like hip hop rapper thing with Jennifer Lopez sample and Jennifer Lopez being like supporting her in a moment that the girls were making things like rap
mm,
because we had Nicki Minaj, we had a lot of girls rapping. So even when was more pop, they were trying to do that with girls like her and Cher Lloyd and things like this. So I think was a common transition to make sure that she would be relevant because suddenly Latin music was growing. We had Despacito, we had Spanish songs growing. She's Latina, so makes sense. And I think was a good way for her because it would be very hard to make her be in the same place like Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez, and other girls. So being a Latin artist makes sense for her to grow more, I think. So I think in her case was more like a marketing thing. I can't say if the real Becky G is the rap girl or the Latina sexy girl in reggaeton. You know, I think she goes with the flow, and maybe that's it.
Yeah, agree so much. What do you think, mi Mariel?
I agree with Lucas. She was so young when she began her career. She was a kid. I actually met her a few years ago. I interviewed her live. And when I met her, I was like, this girl is so small. She's like this big. And I don't consider myself tall, but I felt taller. So imagine that. Um, she was like a midget. And when I was talking to her, I'm like, she's so small. She's like so petite, and like a year or two later, she released this song with Nati Natasha, Sin Pijama, which surprisingly I like it. But
And that song is vulgar.
it is, but well, I like it. Anyway, when I met her, I was like, wow, this girl like so small, and all of a sudden she was, walking in her lingerie and doing this stuff. I'm like, oh my god, that's the girl I interviewed. She looks so different now. So for me, it was like a huge change. But I agree with what Lucas was saying. It was more like a marketing strategy because reggaeton was having a lot of explosion back then, so it was like we better put her in this genre so she can be more popular, and that's what happened. The song, I don't want to talk about it because whoever this guy is, when I was seeing like, I is she going to go with that guy that is so awful? And he also sings like
Yeah, the
like
voice, I gotta
I
agree. I wasn't a
can't, I
fan.
can't. I'm like British sing. I can't, darling, I can't because I had to take it. I couldn't keep on watching it. I was like, no, I can't with this guy. I can listen to her because she's nice, but the guy was like, who is this Nako? So I have no idea. But yeah, with this part of saying Becky G was more like a strategy, it's okay. But the song, I didn't like it.
Let me
Okay.
just add one thing, friend. I think there are some girls in music that are fierce in the way of playing the game. Like they do what they gotta do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
feel that in Anita, like she did whatever it takes to make her name appears outside of Brazil. And I feel like Becky G is one of those girls. Like she's doing whatever she gotta do to keep in the game and keep making music somehow. So sometimes we don't see like the pure essence of artists like that, but some of them gotta play the game, I think.
Yeah.
Agreed. Agreeing. Yes, yes, yes. And for example, I was watching the other day video dedicated to Camila Cabello, and they were mentioning that, like, for example, Camila Cabello was taking the risk to make this hyper pop because maybe the comfort zone for her was to stay like in this Latin flavor, like Havana, and even making something similar to Becky G, like reggaeton, mixing with pop, etc. But she decided to move to a different genre, and maybe it was a flop, but she was taking the risk because she was not maybe comfortable in this zone. So I think it's okay. It's valid the two sides. Like when you decide to play the game, like Becky G did, like okay, I know that I have to be like very marketable right now, so I decided to make reggaeton because I know it's the trend right now. So I think it's valid. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next song is another Colombian representation of reggaeton music. It's called Piso 21. I don't think maybe you ever heard about them. The song, I remember the song because the song was part of a telenovela here in Colombia that was very popular that is called La Ley del Corazón. And I
Mm-hmm.
was obsessed with that telenovela back in the day. And the song was part of this telenovela. The song is called Me Llamas. What do you think about the song, friends? Mariel.
Okay. Now, before you say anything, you were saying that the telenovela was La Ley del Corazón.
Yes.
The telenovela I was telling you about, where Sebastián Yatra had his song, is the Mexican version of that one.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah.
What is the name there in Mexico?
Por amar sin ley.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's really it's the same, but with different.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay, it makes sense in a lot
yeah,
of ways.
yeah. But these guys, I had no idea who they were until you said. I kind of felt a little vibe of a Mexican band called Rake. I don't know if you're familiar with them, Mau or Lucas. I don't know if
Yeah.
Lucas knows them.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were part of my adolescence so much.
Oh,
And I do
okay.
like them. Yes.
Yeah, and I like some outdoor songs. So I kind of felt a very similar vibe. I didn't see a lot of reggaeton from their side, but Maluma sings with them, right?
The remix.
But
Yeah.
yes, in the remix, yeah.
Well, I saw that one. I saw the one with the remix. So the part with Maluma is like, but the song of them was like, okay, not my kind of music, but it was okay. Yeah, I can't say much because I don't know them. I don't know the group.
Okay, okay. I decided not to share with you the version with Maluma because I don't like it either. I
Mm.
think the song without him is better. So I decided not to. But it's okay that you listen to
Mm.
the version with Maluma.
Yeah, I
What?
thought that was the one you asked for.
Okay, okay. What do you think, friend?
For me, I think it was my favorite from the list. To be honest, I really
I
like it.
imagine.
Yeah, it's very similar to a band called The Vicio that I used to listen a lot. I don't know from where they are. I think it's Mexico. I'm not sure. Um, but it's very pop with there's a reggaeton beat on the song for sure, but there's a lot of elements. A little bit of hip hop. The vocalist, the main vocalist, is very pop. The way he sounds, so it's a little bit boy band. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's cute. The guy with the cross in at the neck.
That's
I
what
really
Joaquin
like.
was saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like the video. It was very fun. I'm totally ignoring the fact that they drugged a guy in this video, which is weird, but it's a fun video, and I do like it. It's fun. I feel like for me it's the perfect mix of pop and reggaeton when it comes to boys singing. Is the type of music I like. So it was a yes. I wasn't familiar with the song or the group, but I had three Scrubbles by then in the past, so they were in my radar somehow.
In a
In a
moment. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, next song is like a collaboration between J Balvin and Dua Lipa that is called One Day. I want to know what do you think about this kind of course, talk about the song, but talk about these collaborations between pop singers and reggaeton entertainers. Lucky.
This one in particular for me is way too boring. I don't like this song at all. Nothing happens in my opinion. It's like totally waste of good people together in not such a great song. I don't know if people in general disagree with me or is because of the names on the song, because I know the song is very popular and there's a lot of views in the video and everything, but for me doesn't work. But I do love this type of collaboration, but I think we had a lot of more amazing examples of this, like for example when Little Mix recorded with CNCO,
Mhm.
Reggaeton Lento for me is perfect, and they the girls are from UK, so it's very different. And even when people uh, have some Latin roots, like Selena Gomez, for example, she had a song with the guy Tiny that is part of the song as well. It's called Baila Comigo, and for me, is really good. When Ricky Martin recorded with Daddy Yankee, Drop It On Me, I don't know. There's a lot of amazing examples. So
Mhm.
I really love this type of collaboration, especially when our artists that are mainly English speakers. I think is fun. But this song for me is like I can sleep all day listening to that. I didn't like, to be honest.
What do you think, Mariel?
Well, I also agree with Lucas that mixing genres sometimes have a good result. Like I was thinking Kylie Minogue with Gente de Zona in uh,
Yeah,
"Stop Me from Falling." I think that
yeah.
was a very good collab. Even though I'm not a fan of reggaeton and those type of singers, but that was a good collab. And even Nelly Furtado now with um, the Colombian ones. Uh,
Who?
las
Kaya.
colombianas, no, las colombianas ah, que cantaron la de Corazón. Ah, se me olvida el nombre de Bomba Estéreo.
Okay, okay, okay.
Even like that, or Nelly with Calle 13. There's Thalia with Nati Natasha or Maluma. They have done very good songs. But this one in particular, even though I love Dua Lipa, you guys know that, I found it too boring, to be honest. Also, like, this is not the type of collab I was hoping, because I have never heard this song, even though I love Dua. So I was hoping it to be like a more danceable thing, but it turned out to be like, eh. So,
Yeah.
no, not my thing. But when it comes to doing this kind of mixtures, there are some that work perfectly.
Okay, okay. So you like this kind of collaborations?
In some
Yes,
cases, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah. In some cases,
Mostly in
not
general. Yeah.
everything. Okay, but there are some songs that you like.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, and the last one is I know, and I want to listen to the opinion by Lucas because it's Anita from Brazil, and I
Mhm.
want to know she started her career making more pop, and then she transitioned it to reggaeton. So the song that I decided to select is "Música de Amor," that actually is not a song that I like, but I perceive a lot of pop elements. and I noticed that in the first albums she was making more pop in comparison to reggaeton, and then she transitioned to from pop to reggaeton. So, what do you think about it, Luki?
Yeah, this song is just part of one of the first albums she released. Was not a single or anything. There's a lot of influence of Brazilian pop from the 2000s, a little bit of Kelly Key and Perla. You
Mm-hmm.
can feel that, and it's how she began. Like the first singles she released, Show das Poderosas, Meiga e Abusada, has a lot of this influence of the 2000s, which is something that Kelly Key and Perla did before. They were combine funk music with pop. But as I mentioned here before, we had a different type of funk here that is named funky melody, that is more similar to the type of music of Sharing, the girl that we interviewed, make
Mm-hmm.
the freestyle thing. So what the reggaeton here in Brazil was not popular at all. We just had like Vanessa recording Amor Amor in 2005 and nothing else for a while. And when Anita decided to try to go international, that's when she moves to that direction with the first single she released in that genre of music was Jinza, the remix with J Balvin. And
Mm-hmm.
then she released her own single called Single Não with Maluma, that is very reggaeton and very pop at the same time. Is one of my favorite singles by her. So it was like is a marketing strategy to put her on the map, the reggaeton thing. So that's why it came later. I was watching her new documentary on Netflix, and she explains about that. When she decided to go international, she started to work with the same woman that works with J Balvin. So they decided together the type of music that she would be doing. So that's why the first albums are so different, because reggaeton was not really a thing here in Brazil.
Yes, yes. That's the reason I want to know about the story behind her, because I know reggaeton is not like the huge deal there. So it is like very curious to know that one of the most important names in reggaeton right now is from Brazil, and that is Anita. What do you
Yeah,
think, Maria?
I was really surprised when I started listening to the song. I was like, nah, this has to be a different one. I had no idea she was pop first. And I definitely agree with Lucas that she gave me a lot of Kelly Key vibes, especially this song, No vou brincar de amor, você tá vacilando comigo.
hmm
It gave me that
yeah,
that that vibe. So for me, it was cool because I love pop music, and I don't know what she sings in reggaeton, but I think it was a nice choice for you, my favorite from the list, to be honest.
I was about not included that song. It was
Yeah,
like
well,
in the last moment.
it was a bonus.
It was a bonus, yeah.
Okay. Adrián is saying, ¿cómo se llama la chica que canta Bizcochito?
Biscuit. I don't know that.
I don't know.
¿No será la española, Rosalía?
Maybe
I don't.
Rosalia, yes.
I don't
No,
know. I
I
don't
gotta search for it.
know.
Just let me say, friend, that reggaeton helped Anita to become famous around the world, but she helped reggaeton to become popular here in Brazil as well.
Okay,
So
okay.
after she released reggaeton, that's when J Balvin, Maluma, and other artists became uh, popular here as well. And I think she sometimes I'm not a hugest fan of Anita, but I gotta say that she's the reason why today Brazil is more close to the other countries. I think, like
Yes.
because of all the connections she made, I think that's the reason why people see us as part of it when there's a Latin award and she's there with Karol G and people from Mexico, for example. So it's really cool what she did. I really
Mhm.
like that. And of course, I would rather to see different type of music from Brazil with this attention, but I'm not naive to think that Sandy or someone really pop would make the work that she did because of the type of music and also because she has the fire, you know. She
Mhm.
wanted that so badly and she did. So I'm really proud of it.
There is something that I want to ask you, friend. What do you think Brazil is apart from the other countries in Latin America? Maybe I think there is an important barrier that is the language, but sometimes I feel like I don't know how to say that. I don't want to be disrespectful, but you ignore a lot of things from other countries in Latin America. What do you think that happens?
I don't think ignore is the word, but I think we are super good in buying our own products. You know,
Mhm.
it's a whole universe here in Brazil, and people in Brazil loves things of Brazil, all the type of musics, the artists, and I think for most of the time the language was the biggest barrier, but we had a few examples of phenomenals here singing in Spanish. But I think it's like there was no much space left uh, for other things because there's a lot of things going on here, you know, here in Brazil. Like the 90s, we had like a lot of one hit wonders on US, on UK, and everything. And that also happened here in Brazil. So there was a lot of bands all the time, a new band, a new singer, a new so it's a whole world, you know. We have like our own world, and with internet I think things changed, but was really different in the 90s. If
Mhm.
it was not on the radio you will never know about it, so they were investing in Brazilian stuff. That's why happened what we mentioned here before of songs that were popular in your countries were popular here with different singers, like
Mhm.
a Sererê with Ruge, and Puro Dolor here was KLB. So
Mhm.
it's way too different. Yes.
Okay, okay. I use the word ignore because the other day that was I was trying not to be disrespectful, but the other day I
No,
was watching a video about in Brazil, and there was a guy asking about the capital of Peru. A lot of people in Brazil, and a lot of people didn't know the capital of Peru. And Peru is next to you, so for me was like crazy. Like, how do you know? Because for us, and maybe I think it's the same in Mexico. All the time here in Colombia, when I was in high school, it was like the capital of this, the capital of this in Latin America. For us was very important. So I was surprised. Like a lot of people in Brazil didn't know about the capital of Peru.
I can guarantee for you that there's videos of people here in Brazil asking what is the capital of Brazil for Brazilian people and they
Mhm.
don't know.
Same here.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's like a lack of curiosity with lack of education.
Education.
I'm not the best in geography as we saw it before here in the show as well. So I don't know if it's like in a mean way, like I don't care to learn, but it's like I don't know. Brazil is very diverse and very uh, divided in people who has opportunities and people who has nothing. So sometimes people are learning things that make them survive, I guess. You know, it's not
Mhm.
in a bad way. Like I don't want to know about Peru. Sometimes it is with Argentina because people are ignorant here and are very serious about football. You know, but
Yeah. No, but I
yes.
agree with you, Lucas. It's the same over here. I mean, there's people saying, "Oh, from Mexico to Argentina, everybody should be Mexico." It's like, no. I mean,
Mhm.
they call it like Central America would call poor Mexico, and Colombia they would say the drug addicts Mexico, and the
Yes.
samba Mexico. No, we are all different. I mean, we do speak Spanish, but there are differences between us. And
Hmm.
now that I just got back from Belize. Belize is a neighboring country to Mexico, guys. Neighboring country. We have a border with them. And some people that I was telling about this trip, they were like, "Where?"
Where is Belize?
It's
Yes.
not like what.
Mhm.
So it's not just in Brazil or in this, but it's everywhere. Ignorance is bliss for these people. You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
they love not knowing, and that's
Yes, I
shame.
agree. Yeah,
And
I
they love
agree.
not knowing. Yeah, so it's a shame because this world is beautiful. We are surrounded by people from all over the world that is beautiful, that has a lot of culture to give you, a lot of stuff.
Yes. And
But
and the three of us and the people who's watching us, our friends, we are very lucky actually to be so curious and to try to understand music for from everywhere. Like there's people all around the world that I love in different language. Not everyone is like that, and it's
no.
harder when you are Latin. Like what's going on now with our movie? I'm still here in
Mm-hmm.
Oscar and Fernanda Torres being there. You guys, this is a like unbelievable thing for us. It's like crazy to see a Brazilian. It's like
Mm-hmm.
seeing our cousin, our auntie, our mom there. I don't know. It was like a commotion here, and because we will never imagine people from all over the world watching a movie made in Brazil in Portuguese. So it is very cultural. Are very a lot of things to discuss about it because it's not simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's amazing to discuss these kind of things also here, not
Yeah.
only music, like about culture, because I think it's important. Thank you, friend. I wanted to know. The other day I was thinking about to ask you that, but well, maybe it's the perfect time to ask you like live. So thank you, friends.
Yes, yes.
That
Anytime,
sorry.
anytime you want to ask me.
So that was all, friends. Thank you so much. I know maybe for Mariel was an effort, but I feel happy.
Yeah.
Like you had the opportunity to listen to other kind of music and give your honest opinion about it. So thank you so much.
Yeah, it was good. I didn't suffer
And
that much.
and to close the episode, this time we want to talk about like our obsession of the week and the new addition for our collection. So, what do you have, friends? Mariel.
Okay, in my collection, if it's gonna be all about new items added to our collection, I'm gonna be dedicating this of the episode to Adrian in the next 40 weeks because of all the stuff he sent me. But well, I want to talk about having finally Dream Street's debut album, thanks to Adri. Um, you have no idea how much I've been looking for this album. You have no idea. And every time I looked for it, it was so expensive that I was like, oh, no, I need to buy other stuff rather than this. And when Adri told me, I finally found it, I was like, oh, finally. So
Finally.
a great moment because I love these kids. I'm not huge into boy bands, you guys know that, but them to me are like wow. And I had the opportunity to talk to Greg Raposo, who was great to me. So for me, it's like um, a nice album, and it came in a broken case. And I was like, no, it has to have a beautiful case. And I changed other albums and gave it a decent one. So now I'm really happy to have it. So thank you, Adrian.
I love that album. Yes.
Yes.
What about your obsession? Your
My
current
obsession.
obsession?
Yes. It was a little hard, but I'm going with Norwegian singer Anny and her song No Easy Love. This song is based on Shaka Tax, a British pop jazz singer from the 70s and 80s. And I love this song. It's really, dream pop. I love how she worked. The lyrics are not the same, only the music is what she used for this song. So for me, it's wonderful. So I really recommend you guys to listen to it. Once again, the song is called No Easy Love by Norwegian pop singer Annie.
No Easy Love, because I have to add to the playlist of the
Yeah,
episode.
Yes, No Easy Love. I think it's 2004, maybe. Lucas, can you remember the year?
I think it was 2003 or 2004, maybe. Yeah,
Yes, around that time. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, what about you, friend?
First, I'm gonna talk about my obsession. It's always hard for me because I'm a person who are always obsessed with a lot of things at the same time. Um, but now today I'm gonna say Angela Via in general, so you can add in the playlist Picture Perfect or I Don't Care that are available. It's because of the interview she gave to Chetney that was so special because so full of details and was amazing to know everything that happened, all the songs she recorded, and I'm lucky to have almost everything she recorded because Angela herself sent to me once, and I'm obsessed with her, but not listen that much because I have to take my age the every time that I want to listen to her because the songs are not online. But the interview made me uh, remember how many great songs she recorded and was never released, and it's such a shame. She was supposed to have so great singles like Girl Play a Number One that was like an amazing song full of R&B and hip hop influenced. Like she talked in that interview about the video she was about to record with a lot of basketball players and actors and famous guys, and that never happened because the label was never happy with her looks and her weight, which is crazy because when you watch the videos she did back then, even the live performance that is now available on YouTube, she's very skinny. So that says a lot about the industry, right?
It's awful. Yeah.
Yes, and
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
planning to reunite the songs that I think that Mao is gonna love and send you, so
Yep.
you can enjoy, friend, because there's a lot of R&B stuff in her discography. So my obsession right now is Angela Via, and my latest item in my collection is the DVD by Britney, Time Out with Britney Spears. That I was looking for this for so long because this was very easy to find back in the day. Suddenly became something kind of rare
Hmm.
here in Brazil, and I think everywhere because every time that I try to buy it, it's very expensive. So I found this in a store here in my city, and it was very expensive as usual. So I had to exchange some comics that books that I had here, and it worked. So it's finally here in my collection.
Yay.
Yay.
Yes, growing a little bit with Britney Spears.
Yeah. I
Great,
told you I
friend.
have that on VHS, so that's
Yes, keep
yeah.
it because it's so hard to
I
find
know.
her. Yes.
I
What
know.
about
What
What
you,
about
Mal?
you?
what is the content of this DVD?
Oh, there's like an interview of her saying about her previous life, like she growing up. There's a footage of her recording the first album. I like this because they show her recording "I Will Be There," which you can find on YouTube because they always use this pretending that is a music video.
Hmm.
Uh, there is the actual music videos and making the music videos by Baby One More Time sometimes, and You Drive Me Crazy. And there's her on the road, like on the bus, on tour, and two songs by the Disney Channel concert, Born to Make You Happy and From the Bottom of My Broken Heart.
Oh, wow. A lot of good content.
It's really cool.
Yes, it's
Hmm.
really
Yes,
cool.
really cool. Really cool. Really cool. Okay, well, talking about me, I want to start with the obsession. I've been listening to a lot of neo soul music that is also like a genre of music that I really love, and it's like a sub genre because it's like derivated from soul music, and there are a lot of different representation of this and a different artist from this that all the time I had on hold, like, okay, I have to listen to this complete album. So there is a girl that is called Goapele, that is a new
Mhm.
soul singer, and I was obsessed with her. I think it's her second actually, her sophomore album. And there is a song that I love that is called Catch 22. I'm obsessed with that song right now. And actually, I've been listening a lot of these girls like Jaguar Wright and Goapele and Michelle Njosello and a lot of neo soul singers. So this is my obsession of the week. And talking about the new edition, I bought this album by Nivea that is very R&B. You know
Oh,
that
cool.
this girl is good. So it's complicated the album, so it's good. I'm stopping collecting CDs, but this was like, okay, maybe it's cheap, so why not?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. That's the
I get
spirit.
it. That's the spirit. Yeah. Great. So that was our obsession. Those were our obsessions of the week and part of our collection. I think right now I'm not planning on buying any albums for the moment because I'm very, like I have spent a lot these past few weeks. But if we can share about our last editions or maybe something important from our collection, that
In
will also
general.
be cool in general.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. Like last week, I showed Jessica Simpson vinyl is not new in my collection. I just
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't have anything new. So you can show something different or rare or something special for you when you have nothing new to show. So don't worry.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, it's totally valid actually. Yes.
Okay. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Joaquin. Thank you, Adrian, for being here. Always a pleasure to have you on our show. And we cannot wait to see you next week. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. Sorry.
Nice.
and take care, everyone.
Bye, friends.
Bye, friends.